Bezrat Hashem, the Chok L'Yisrael this morning, Parashat Vayeshev, on a Thursday, Zevachim, page 85b. Tanu Rabbanan, Chachamim teach us, V'iktir HaKohen et HaKol HaMizbecha. When the Kohen makes a sacrifice, the Torah says, V'iktir HaKohen, he would sacrifice et HaKol, everything on top of the altar, on the Mizbeach. Lerabot, what is everything? What does everything come to include? Says the Gemara is teaching us, Lerabot, ha'atzamot, the bones, v'agidim, the ligaments, v'akarnaim, the horns, v'atlafaim, the hooves. Even those which are not edible, since they're part of the sacrifice, they go on top of the altar, on top of the fire, and they get burned together with the sacrifice. The Gemara is asking a question, Yachol afilu pershu, does this mean even they were cut off and they're all by themselves, separated by themselves, right? Not together with the meat. Yachol afilu pershu, even that I should put on top of the fire. Talmud lomar, V'asita olotecha habasar ve'adam. It has to be together with the meat and with the blood, means they have to be connected, which means if you take the feet of the animal and you don't cut off the hooves go on top of the Mizbeach. If you take the head of the animal and you don't cut off the horns go on top of the Mizbeach. The ligaments, part of the body, they go on top of the Mizbeach, right? But once you cut those parts off and they're separated and by their own, they cannot go on top of the Mizbeach because it's not parts which are edible. And the only merit they have to go on the Mizbeach is because they're connected to the meat itself. What should we learn from this? Rabotai, a big lesson. You have big tzaddikim Am Yisrael. And when you connect to a tzaddik, you're part of him. And when you're part of him, you go on with him together. But when you dissociate and you separate yourself from the tzaddik, then on your own, sometimes you're not worth much. So then you don't have the same merit. Let me tell you a great story that happened with Baba Saleh, one of the great Sephardi rabbis in earlier years when he came to Israel and he wanted to go visit Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. So on his turn, he went also to Meron, and he went also to visit Tzfat, to visit the synagogue of the Arizal, the big Kabbalist, the Arizal, the place where the Shulchan Aruch, Rabbi Yosef Karo, was sitting and composing his Shulchan Aruch. When he came over there, the synagogue where those great rabbis, Arizal, Shulchan Aruch, Rabbi Shlomo El-Kabatz, that composed Lecha Dodi, that we sing every Friday night, right? Rabbi Moshe Al-Sheikh, that used to give the Shabbat class, and everybody, all the big great rabbis came to listen to him. And the Arizal says the Shekhinah is speaking out of his mouth. All those great rabbis, and the synagogue was closed. Why? Whoever entered the synagogue died. No one was able to go into the synagogue and come back alive. Whoever went inside died. When Baba Saleh came to Tzfat, he wanted to visit the synagogue. People warned him and they told him, you cannot go inside. Anyways, the synagogue is locked down. No one is going to be able to go inside. Baba Saleh asked, who is the person that has the key? So they told him the person who he is, and he told them he wants the person to open the synagogue. So they told him, Rabbi, it's so dangerous. We don't want you to go inside. Please, have pity on yourself. And the rabbi says, I want that synagogue to be open, unlocked, and I want to go inside. They unlocked the synagogue, and he was about to go inside, and he had this shamash. The Baba Saleh had this shamash. He told the shamash, please hold my tunic and come with me. The shamash, his servant, was trembling. Please, Rabbi, let's not go in there. If you want to go in there, maybe yourself not. The rabbi insisted, you are coming with me. Nothing is going to happen to you if you hold on to me. Hold on to me and come with me. They went inside the synagogue. 45 minutes, they come out later. And the rabbi says, from now on, from today, the synagogue is open for everybody. Everybody can come and pray inside. So they asked the shamash, what happened exactly? What? He says, I don't know, I was so scared. I was even scared to look. I was just holding him and closing my eyes. But I saw that he went to the Echal, he took out a Sefer Torah, he read few passages, and he told me that's it. Now the synagogue could be open. So for sure, if the shamash would have gone himself, he would have died. But because he held on to the tzaddik tightly, that's what is chut, that he had himself to open the synagogues together, right? Through the merit of the Baba Saleh. To tell you, Etz Chaim hi lamachazikim ba. When we hold tzaddikim, right, we go together with them. We pass together with them. But Chav Shalom, when we dissociate, we separate from them. Chav Shalom, who knows if we have enough merits? So b'zchut Chag HaChanukah Hashem, everybody should have a great day and Chag Sameach.